Hello, everyone. Hi, good evening. Welcome from any part of Lagos. Sorry, I'm quite a Lagos girl, so that's why I always say Lagos. But I mean, hello. Wherever you're joining us from, hi, good evening. I hope you can hear me and my voice is audible and very clear. How is today going? How was your day? Hope you're not stressed. Hope you're pumped about today's class. Hope everything nice and juicy is happening um at your end. Um so tell me about your day. How was your day? Hope you're not stressed. Hope you have energy for this class because today we're going to have a very fun chat as always. If it's your first time of joining this class, then you've missed so much. And if you've been joining since we started, welcome. You're in for a great time today again. Um, Let me just upload my slides. But I mean, while I do that, tell me how your day was, how you're feeling. Hope you're excited to be part of this. Hope you're excited as I am. Right. So while this slide is uploading, I'm going to tell you a bit of my day. My day was funny how it wasn't stressful, but I did a lot of manual work. Like I felt like I was doing manual labor because I went to work today and there was no that I could not just find a way to get like it was hard to get a cab. It was hard to get anything that was going to move me from where I was to where I want to be. And so I had to trek today, guys. I trekked so much. And then the other part of the day was when this evening when I was about leaving the office, I was looking for my phone. I was going up down the staircase looking for phone. Eventually I saw it. Sha. So here we are happy and I hope your energy is great. For the past 2 weeks, we've been talking about storytelling techniques for social media, for websites. We've spoken about what copywriting is. We've spoken about what else have we spoken about? We've spoken about how to create a winning content strategy. We've spoken about how to write. We've spoken about brand messaging, brand communications. I think that we've covered the basics of what content writing, of what copywriting and content marketing is. And I also hope that every assignment that I've been giving, you have been doing it, even though you've not been submitting. I hope you've been doing it for yourself, right? Like I said, if this class is going to transform your life, it's going to transform your life because you took a step to actually implement it. Like I said from the very beginning, this is not a church or church class. This is a class of doing. If you're not an executor, if you're not a ruthless person who wants to take action, this class will not benefit you as much, right? So, today we're talking about art, blog article, and social media writing. A lot of you have been asking me about writing. Why I don't talk about writing. I just talk about content creation. This night is for you. So if you want to know the basis, they'll be covering the basis of what social media writing is about, and of course, copywriting as well. Just so you know, I always say that content writing and copywriting are two different things. Content writing is every content that you see. As a content creator, you are also a content writer, but you probably don't know because you write your content, right? You are the person that decides the goal for the content. So you select the words, you write the script, what is the hook, what are the visual, what are the fonts. These are all skills of a content writer. So you see more content writers when they write blog posts or when they write trends, long form content. That's where people actually exercise their strength as content writers. But content writers and copywriters are different. As a content writer, you can write anything. You can write an engaging content. I hope my background is not noisy though. So if you can't hear me, just let me know so I could tell them to tune it down. I can tune the noise down a bit. All right. So as I go on, content writing and copywriting are two different things. So just so you don't mix them. Copywriting, to be a copywriter, you are all about conversion. You are all about persuading people to write. Sorry, to take action. That's your goal. As a content writer, your goal can be to inspire people, to educate people. Do you understand? To build community. Okay, it's kind of noisy. Okay, hold on. Please just give me 1 minute. Just give me 1 second. Let me handle that. All right, we are back. Sorry, I had to tune down the TV so that the noise doesn't. Right, so I was just giving a bit of context of what a content writer and what a copywriter is. I said before that a content writer and a copywriter are two different people. They are not the same person. Excuse me, they are not the same person. But most of the time, people tend to mix it up together. So, briefly, a content writer is basically someone who can write. Your goal as a content writer can be to educate people, to entertain people, to build community, to create empathy, can be to to tell stories. That is basically what a content writer is. A content writer is not taxed. A content writer is not taxed to convert, to sell. That's not what a content writer is. As a copywriter, that is your work. You must convert. You must like if you don't convert, so when I mean convert, if it's not turning to sales, then there's a clear call to action. So if the call to action or if the goal of the content is as a content writer, as a copywriter, is for people to sign up to your community, to sign up to your newsletter, to click the link in the bio, to call this number after writing or after reading that particular content, and they do not take that action, it means that something is wrong with your copy and you need to go back to it, right? So you see that a content writer and a copywriter are two different people. Can a content writer be a copywriter? Most of the time, most of the time it is better to be different. It's better to be a content writer and not mix both of them together. Most of the time it's just better because if you have more expertise with telling stories, with building a community, writing content for to educate, to inspire, it will be completely different from someone who is taxed, whose focus point is conversion. I just wanted to say that, right? But one person can be both actually, because at the end of the day, is writing. But I think that it's preferable that they are two different people. Yeah. But some copywriters also use storytelling as well. But like I said, they're two different people because the difference is the call to action. Copywriters have call to action. Content writers, they only is to tell stories. Now let's get to what we have for the week. So this week we'll be discussing the following topics. We'll be talking about blog post structure and format. So the template that I said I was going to share, the template I said I was going to share for on how to write a blog post. We're going to be dealing with that this week. So this week we're talking about blog post structure and format, SEO optimization for blog posts, long form content creation, creating engaging social media content, social media copywriting, and we'll be talking about social media advertising. I think we already talked about social media advertising, but we'll go back again. Right. So dive let's dive into it straight, right? So what is a blog post? Honestly, it's going to be shocking if you don't know what a blog post is by now because we've spoken about it. I mean, I talk about it every day with people. It's beginning to feel like a ritual. Right. So what is a blog post? A blog post is an article or any entry published online that shares helpful, interesting, or educational content. Now, the reason why people call it blog post is because blog post is long form content. Blog posts is not social media content. Though you can transform a blog post to a social media content, but you're, as transferring it to social media is it becomes short form content because we all know that social media people everybody has low attention span, so you have to catch people immediately. So for everybody, is going to what's it called? I got distracted. It's going to um there was something that just happened now that just took my just ruined my trail of thought. But let's go back. What is a blog post? A blog post is an article or entry published online that shares helpful, interesting, or educational content. Okay, I remember what I was saying. What I was saying is that blog posts are long form content, and that's why they are different, right? They are long form. So a blog post can be transformed to social media content, but transferring it to social media content means it's going to be short form, no longer long form, because we all know that social media, the money is attention, currency is attention, right? And so when people see shorter content, they can read it and relate to it faster than long form content, except if you build an audience over time that would sit down and read your long form content like Tommy Care, like Diary of a Nigerian Girl, which her long form content are usually for people who have subscribed to our newsletters. Yes, right. So why do you need blog posts? Why do you think you need blog posts? You need blog posts to share knowledge. This is so important because if you're someone who is, especially if you have a product, like you have a website or you want to be able to retain people. So we see it all the time for brands that I've even worked with. I always say that when I'm coming on board as your content marketer, right, you need to understand that social media will be social media. What that means is if Mark decides today that social media is going to go down, a lot of businesses are going to fail today, especially in Nigeria. In fact, even globally, right? A lot of businesses are going to crumble if Mark's AI just does something and then everything just scatters and then Instagram is not working or Facebook isn't working or TikTok isn't working. A lot of people are going to go bankrupt, right? So if I'm creating a holistic content marketing plan for you or coming in as your content marketer, we also need to start looking about how we can create a community for people, for your audience. And when I mean community, it can either be a newsletter, it can either be a WhatsApp group or a Telegram group or somewhere that is outside. Because I mean, email cannot fail. I mean, email. Our parents have been using email for a very, 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 very long time, and that's one of the fastest. That's another way to reach people. In fact, if people are reading your post on their email account, that's like on their email. If you're sending people email and then you're reading it, that shows you actually have influence more than social media really, because it means that I signed up to receive your emails. I gave you my email for you to send me something. It means that I find you valuable. I see what you're doing and I want to be a part of it. So what I'm just trying to say is if you're someone who wants to create a long, like you want to be able to build a community over time, and trust me, do you think that people who have, I don't know if you guys know, I said what I said podcast. Now, I said what I said podcast or even Diary of a Nigerian Girl. They have communities that are even that are outside social media. I hope you know. And that's why they're able to even do events. You see, you think that, do you know what it means to pull an event? You're able to create an online community that you see we have a party, family members come to this location and then everybody pulls up. That is influence. That is more than social media. That's me saying that I choose you to influence my life, and here I am. I mean, I choose you. That's what it means. That's another level. That's another level of commitment, right? So, if you're creating an holistic content marketing plan for a brand or a business that you're working with, you need to be able to see more than or ahead of social media, because if social media falls down today, if Instagram doesn't open, a lot of people are going to go crazy. Me too. I am going to go because most of my money comes from social media, right? So just imagine that. You need to start thinking about how you can be able to create value outside of that, and that way you can become more valuable. You're able to ask for more money and request, like you're able to say, I need you to pay me this because I know the amount of work that I'm going to give to you. Even right now, I don't know if you guys have noticed that Instagram has been hacking a lot of accounts. Like there's been an AI thing that's going on in Meta that they actually hack or suspend a lot of accounts, and people are losing their accounts. As a content marketer, as someone who is saying that I'm creating value for your social media, this is another way for you to say, you know what, the goal for every person on social media is to either build a community, sell a product, sell a product or sell a business. You yourself, you can see that that's a value, because if AI is suspending a lot of accounts, it means that there's a gap, that if you're able to solve that gap, you're able to ask for money. So how you can do that is to create an holistic content plan around that, that goes beyond social media. And that's what I'm encouraging you to do, because you should, I'm sure you guys have friends that have complained. I have a friend that her account has been hacked like 5 times, and this is a business page, a verified business page. And Instagram keeps taking it down. They keep opening another one, takes it down every time. And then we started thinking about what else can we do aside from social media. And then long form content came, blog posts came, webinars came, YouTube came. Creating we started a strategy to start a newsletter, sending people emails came, sharing your story through emails came. And so far, I mean, if we've been able to influence, at least, even though it's not a lot of people, but we've made progress so far. That is how you can ask for more money as a content marketer. I just wanted to put that out there. So why do you need blog posts? You need blog posts to, of course, you need to share knowledge, you need to tell stories. Like I said, blog post is about sharing stories. It's about being knowledgeable. So this is how I see blog posts personally. If I'm starting a blog post, or when I start blog posts for businesses, is either I am there to position you as an expert, as a thought leader in your industry. That's one. That's one of the key things that you can use blog posts to do. Blog posts, you will share knowledge like a mad person. You're not going to get to keep anything that has helped you to become who you are today. You are there to share knowledge. You are here to give value. That's what blog post is, right? And then that's one of my goals. If I'm starting a blog post for you, I'm positioning you as a thought leader in your. I'm positioning you as an expert in your field. This is what you are here to do, and I will write for you like a map. In fact, that's when you start seeing how to. Your audience will eat out to that. Every time they think about it, they're like, guy, if you want any knowledge in finance industry or how to save, go and meet this person. Go and read this blog post. That is how to start positioning yourself as an expert. And trust me, when people know you as an expert at what you do, it's very easy for them to trust you with their money, because they already received free things that they didn't pay for, and they've gotten so much value. Not to talk of if you're not asking for money. They will know that the money that they will get from you is worth, the value you're going to get from you is worth so much. And so it's easy for them to save, to keep their money with you, right? So why do you need blog posts? To share knowledge, to tell stories, to build trust. Like I said, when you share so much with people, share so much knowledge, is the things that is just happening here. Some of you are in my DMs now, you're messaging me because of what we've spoken about here. You trust me that I know what I'm saying, right? And so you're able to like reach out and be like, you want this, you need help, right? That is how to build trust. When you share knowledge, when you don't gatekeep, people can read like people can read between the lines. If you're lying, you can tell that someone is lying, right? Another reason why you need blog posts is to attract visitors to your website. As simple, we all know how that works. If you're positioning yourself as an expert, if you're sharing knowledge, telling stories, you're doing that because you either want you're building you want to build brand awareness, right? Excuse me. You want to build brand awareness. And to build brand awareness, you need to be able to generate leads. What is going to attract leads to your website? What is going to attract visitors or traffic to your website? Is your knowledge, is what you're sharing, right? Because I'm not going to know your website just like that. I have to either search for it, or I have to type out a problem that I'm looking to solve, and then your website or your blog post comes out to be one of the blog posts that has the information that I'm looking for. I hope we are clear. I hope we're clear with that. Right. So an example is a fitness coach writes a blog post. 10 home workouts you can do without equipment. Do you know how many people are looking for fitness knowledge, and most of us don't even have equipment. Me, I'm even there. Right now, I was telling my friend yesterday that, you know what, this gym thing, it might not work, but how about I get a skipping rope and start skipping in my house? Everybody, in fact, fitness has like one of in fact, fitness is more like oil and gas, or like oil and gas. I hope you guys know, because fitness, there's billions in fitness because people are struggling. Like, people either want to grow thinner, people want to grow faster, people want to, like, there are gaps that people want to achieve with their body. Every year, there's a statistics of billions of books on fitness, billions on book on health, and we still have a lot of obese people. We still have a lot of people who are fat, who are struggling with their health. And so fitness is blood money. Honestly, if you're going into it, it's, you will sell. Now imagine that I'm a fitness coach, and I understand my target audience, and I'm like, these are their struggles, and then I'm like, you know what? Let me write a blog post of 10 home workouts you can do without equipment. Now, hear me out right here. You don't know me, oh. You don't know me as a fitness coach. You don't even know my name. You don't know where I'm from. Never seen me before. I've never seen you before. But guess what? Because I'm writing a blog post that I understand that resonates with you, because I know who my target audience is. I know the kind of information that you're going online to search. I know the problems you're dealing with, and I'm positioning myself, who is a fitness coach, to be that person that solves your problem. I am looking for workouts to do without equipment because I probably can't afford equipment, or I have a busy schedule, right? But I'll go on Google and I'm like, 10 home workouts I can do without equipment. Guess what? Me, as a fitness coach, my blog post will come out. And then voila, I have one new lead. I have you. Who is it? Who I have you who is going to come to my blog post and read it. And you're like, wow, this girl has sense. So this fitness coach has sense. So God will now bless you. Under that blog post, I'll write my name, or I'll put a link to my social media pages, or and I'll say DM me, send me a call, or send me a text, or send me click or I just give a call to action. You think you'll not do it? You will do it. You will do it. Why? Because I have positioned myself as a solution provider. I understand your struggle, and so I have thought about it even before you thought about it. Guys, it's not magic. If any, you can do it. It's not magic at all. I just want to say it's not magic. If every person who is doing it can do it, you can definitely do it. You have no excuse. No excuse at all. Right, so let's go into it. So this is the blog post. Here I'm going to share blog post and structure format. Why structure matters. So when you're writing blog posts, there's a structure to it. And a very good structure would help your reader find what they are looking for. Like I mentioned with me being a fitness coach, right? If I haven't thought about what will my ideal reader be looking for, I'm a fitness coach. I understand that people who are my target audience are people who they have fitness goals, right? They all have, like, every person who is into fitness, everybody who has health, we all have fitness goals. I think every person in the world have fitness goals. If you don't want to be slimmer, if you don't want to be if you don't want to go slimmer, you want to go fatter. If you don't want to go fatter, you want to stay just right where you are. So that's why I said fitness is blood money. Like, there's money in fitness, honestly. So why a good structure matters when writing a blog post? Your reader finds what they are looking for. Number two, you stay organized while writing. So, if I'm talking about 10 home workouts to do without an equipment as your fitness coach, I don't need to write anything like, oh, my dad died yesterday, or if it doesn't resonate with the story, it doesn't resonate with the tagline, if it doesn't resonate with what I want to do with you or how I want to position myself in your life, I have no business telling you why my dog died yesterday. It doesn't make any sense. Do you understand? So this is why a good blog post structure matters. It helps you to stay organized while you're writing. Ideas just be coming left and right, and that's the gift of focus, guys. Like when you focus on something, your energy goes there, and where your energy goes, it grows. Like there's growth where your energy is. Like these are principles of life. It's not even a matter of content. It's just that's just life. Where your focus goes, energy goes. Where energy goes, there is growth, right? So if you're staying focused, if you're focusing that, oh, I'm a fitness coach, or I sell chin, right? I'm writing a blog post like, um, I'm writing a blog post, right? Like why I'm looking at which one can work as a chain, someone who is selling chin or pastries, or saying something about why finger food is something that sort of relates with people, that it makes sense to people. If that is what I've picked as my topic, every idea, everything I'm going to write in that blog post would align. So this is why a good structure matters. Secondly, Google understands your posts. And this is SEO. We'll go right into it. SEO is search what? Can anybody let me know? Let me know if you are this thing. Google understands your post. And we're going to go into SEO, right? SEO, I think that SEO is the way it works. People think it's hard. Exactly. Search engine optimization. People think it's hard, but it's not that hard. It takes effort, but it is not hard. That's it. It takes effort, it's not hard, but we'll go into it. Now, I'm here to tell you why a good blog post structure matters. It matters because Google understands your post. Again, I'm a fitness coach, and all my blog posts is about fitness. Eating healthy, tips on how to live a good life, meal protein or protein meals to try in 2025 that are budget friendly, exercises that you can try without equipment, things you can do to burn weight. Google understands all of this. Like it always compiles. And then you also know that people do sponsored ad for SEO. But we're not even talking about that. What we're saying is even when it is sponsored, and you search on Google, Google will show you that this thing is sponsored, right? Every blog post that goes under, you see, sometimes you see 1,000 search, or like when you search for things, like if you look at your Google, very well, you see how many people have looked for this, or how many results exactly. You see how many results. That means that there are billions of blog posts that are being published every single day. People understand that SEO works. People understand that Google would read your posts. And when they see the value that you're giving to people, they will recommend your blog post to other people, to others that are looking for them. It's that simple, right? So, common blog post structures. Excuse me. Common blog post structure. Now, there is no one size fits all, but there are common formats that you can use. Any industry, any product that you're selling, there are common formats that you can use, that you can take to start something. But there is no one size fits all. What that means is, I'm not going to say that the same template, I'm not going to give you a template and be like, oh, it works titi lila, it works throughout every industry. There's no, like, again, depending on what your goal is, right? Depending on what your goal is. But Here are a few common formats that you can use to start, right? The first one is we're going to talk about. So sorry, I don't know. Um, I want to get water, but yeah, sorry. So common block features. Common block features is there is no one size fits all, right? But I'm going to share with you common formats that you can use. The first one is listicles, right? Listicles are how do I put it? 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 Because I know that some of you will have questions like what are listicles? I'm looking at the best way to explain it to you. It's really not hard. Listicles are There are easy ways that Google can read through your post. So imagine if I'm a finance person and I go and put, okay, for example, instead of 5 ways to save money, I'm saying five I'm saying five trending ways to keep away finance in 2025 and beyond. You that is seeing that topic header, will it be easy for you to understand? No, no. So the way it works is listicles is basically the things that you list in a blog that makes it easy for first people to identify what your goal is. So yes, first for people to understand what your goal is, right? And also for Google to even understand your blog post. So it's able to recommend your blog post to other people, right? The second format is how to post. I say this all the time. In fact, I tell myself, if you want to make it in this social media life, in this content or copywriting, writing in general, because like I said, we are all writers. Like if you're a content creator, even if you're a content marketer, writing is in your JD. You cannot escape from it. How to post is one of the best ways to stay on top of your reader's mind. It's one of the best ways. It's one of the best ways to stay top of mind. It's one of the best ways that people can like when people say they are giving how to post and it is really solving their problem. Oh, I'm a fitness person. How to how to how to how to get a slimmer waist in 2025. How to get a star waist. Because me, I'm looking for a star waist. For example, if I said that on a blog post, you think I'll not read it. I read it like mad. I read it like mad. So when you start doing how to post and how to is targeted to the pain points of your target audience, guy, you're a millionaire. Oh. I'm not even capping. I'm not even capping. An example of someone who does this so well in our generation is Adefe. Like Adefe understands. Like if you watch her valuable content and she says, "Oh, pay for this," you know what you're getting, and that's because her content strategy, her content, her content, her content strategy has doubled down so much on how to post. You can go to our page, you can see how to start as a freelancer, how to get remote jobs, how to become a content creator, how to monetize your skills, how to. And she understands that her target audience are young people who are trying to find out their passion, people who are looking for more ways to make money, people who want to work online, people who are freelancers, people who are content creators but don't know how to charge, people that don't know, and all are All our content is how to, how to, how to, how to, how to. Guys, hold how to post by your waists. Tie it around. And how to post doesn't necessarily mean that you're an expert. No. Because trust me, I said this before that life will meet you at the level of your audacity. It doesn't mean that you're an expert. In fact, I'm not here to tell you that just because you're learning this, you should put it on social media and start acting like an expert. No, you're not acting like an expert. But guess what? You are showing people that you're actively learning. You are on a journey to learn. And these are the things you're acquiring. These are the skills you're acquiring. This is how you're implementing the skills. Because right now, this year, even last, see, recruiters are going to social media pages to see the type of person that you are online, to see how you are. Now imagine if you're someone that gives people value, like how to do this, this is how I create content, this is how I do my blog posts, these are the structures that I work with, this is the blog post I wrote, this is how I did it. This is how I stay up at night to ensure that I'm able to draft five blog posts for my clients in the beauty industry. This is how to. You don't know that people online like I'm a bo. Ha. Hey. Because tell me why people are looking at influencer lives. It's because you like amebo. You want to see. So when you show people what they want to see, they will follow you. Right? The third one is guides. The beginner guide to freelancing. The content creator guide to become the best influencer, one of the best influencers in 2025. The content creator guide to batch creating content. The copywriter guide to the copywriter guide to you know sales. So giving people guides, in fact your guide, you can even compile all your how to posts and put them somewhere and sell it, or put just collate everything and then just run it down into a guide, and people will still want to. And the thing about, see, I'm going to share this thing with you. Do you know that on social media, eh, no matter how much you share with people, you give people value, you tell people how to, people will not still do it. You know why? Because we are goats. That's why. Yes, that's why. You tell people how to do this, how to do this, how some people will not see it because they are goats, and they will still come back. Because right now in our generation, there's a massive, in fact, um there's a massive pandemic of information. Like everybody is sharing information online. Everybody is sharing how to do this, how to do this, how to do this, how to do this, how to do this. And then you, who is looking for that solution, you will see it, oh, you read it, oh, be like, it makes sense, oh, but put it in your life. No, you will not do it. You think because you have information, you're going to make progress in your life. No, because you have information doesn't mean that any things are going to change. It's the steps that you take that is going to change. I hope that makes sense, guys. Another one is case studies. Case studies. Case studies, like for example, a case study for me will be like, okay, I do a debunk. When I mean debunk, I break down Piggyverse content strategy. I break down their content marketing. I break down their campaigns, and I'm like, Piggyverse did this. I'm inspired by them. This is what they did. I analyze it. I use case studies to show how Piggyverse is influencing the Gen Z target market with their Twitter ads. The kind of material they like. Case studies is you zooming in on a particular brand or a particular business that you like, that you're inspired by, or you want to work with, because in a way you are indirectly pitching to them. You are giving them value that I've looked at you a lot. I see what you people are doing, and I want to be a part of it. So case studies is another way for you to position yourself as somebody that you are thinking way ahead of your peers. Because you go for interviews and then you ask people, oh, what do you know about this company? And then they don't know anything. it makes you look like, so what are you here for if you don't even know the people that you want to work with? Because everybody that you want to work with right now, people, I mean, right now, if our values do not align as a business, if I don't see how our goals align, me and you, I'm not going to take it. Because when I'm tired, when I have challenges, the value, your vision is going to align with my vision, and that's what's going to keep me going. So what I just want to, why I said this is that when you use case studies, it puts you 5 times ahead of people who are even seeking for a job or seeking opportunities. It puts you first as a thought leader, because a lot of people consume, not a lot of people create. A lot of people consume. Oh, we like this thing. Okay, we like it, and then that's the end. There's just 1% of you that will say, I like this thing, and I'll break it down. What impact did this ad I do? What impact did it make in my life or people who are watching? What are the things that inspired me here? What are the things I can pick out to implement it with the brand on my own personal page? We have a lot of consumers, and just few people are actually doers. And so doing case studies will put you as a doer, will put you 5 times, if not 10 times better than your peers. And it takes someone who has courage to even do case studies. Do you know what it means to call out a brand and start talking about them? You need to be taking some kind audacity pills. Oh. I mean, if it's simple, anybody will do it, but not everybody can do it. Opinion post as well. Now, when I mean opinion post, I don't mean you go to people's comment and be throwing rubbish opinions. And no, like I did something recently where Diary of a Nigerian Girl made a post about parents and kids. And like I said, one brand that I work with is Rough and Tumble. Rough and Tumble is a kids brand. And then I left a comment there. In fact, the comment I left was super insightful that till today we still get likes under that post. Like I'm talking about likes and replies under that post. That post has been, she posted it like a month ago, but people still see that comment and then they like it, they agree to it, they affirm to it. That's how to put opinion post. It's not by putting fire under someone's comment oh. It's not by putting love under someone's comment oh. That's not opinion post oh. Opinion post is breaking it down, like put give oh, excuse me, I mean, breaking things down and giving your opinion in a very articulated and lucid way, not in a way that it means it looks like you didn't even think about what you said before you came on side to say it. Before you put out that comment, you think 10 times. Ah, how does this thing affect my brand long term? How will people see me if I put out this opinion? Will it position me in a good side or in a bad side? Do people want to even know me as I'm putting this comment? That's the way you should be thinking when you're putting comments in other people's page. Not that you just open your mouth, wow, or open your keypad and just start typing rubbish. No, that's not how it works. Opinion post is you giving thoughtful, insightful feedback. Insightful feedback. That even the person that posted it will be like, ah, this child, this person have sense. So do you get how you think of when you think of opinion posts? Think about it as networking. Think about it as positioning. You can't even be commenting on anybody's page anyhow. You can't even be commenting on people's page anyhow. If they do not matter to your niche, if they don't have your target audience, people that you're looking for to follow you, to patronize your business, or to engage with your posts, what are you looking for? As a fitness brand, what am I doing on that Tunde not page, guys? What am I doing there? You are selling a business. What's at Insta? What are you doing on Insta blog? Dropping comments, please. What are you doing there? What are you doing there? Please. Hmm. These are things that these are things that you need to think about when giving opinion posts. Opinion posts, see it as networking, see it as positioning. Like, in fact, if you're looking for marital settlement, sef, put it join. That if someone see my comment like this, will they like me? Will they want to check my post and send me a dear? Because social media, things are happening. People are getting married, people are getting jobs, people are getting opportunities, people are getting scholarships, people are getting things that they want for themselves. So see your own opinion posters. This it's like, see it like this this thing that I'm putting out. Does it make sense? Does it make sense, guys? Think about it. Think about it. There's someone that said that thing, but think about it. I can't remember who says it then, but think about it, guys. So, basic blog post outline. Now, here's a very simple and really and repeatable format that you can use every time you're writing a blog post. The first one is title. I need to know what I'm reading now. I need to know what are we here for? What are we here for? You know that thing that I came about. I don't know if you guys watch. I laugh to their memes a lot of times, and then I check it. That thing that say, "Swear I don't know what you're here for." Swear I don't know what you're here for. You need to let people know what they are here for. You need to let people know that this is what this blog post is here to achieve, and that's exactly what you're gonna get. That's exactly what you're gonna get. So your title has to be very simple. Like a 5-year-old can read it and be like, okay. For example, 5 ways to save money if you're into fintech or into a product or services that's about to if you have a service or a product that helps to aid financial freedom or literacy or an example of blog post is 5 ways to save money. People will rush it, guys. And trust me, like I said earlier, not everybody that reads it will even save the money. But guess what? They will read it. They don't only read it, but you've positioned yourself at the back of their mind that they're like, okay, I got this from I got this from Christabel. And then I'm like, okay, I will come back. I'll come back and check Christabel's or turn on my post notification or follow Christabel because I want to have more tips like this. Even though most people will not do what you tell them to do, they will still follow you because they think that them following you will help their problem. But no, they don't know that them taking steps is what will help their life. But that's a talk for another day. So, a simple format for writing blog posts is first of all your introduction. Your introduction has to be super clear. It has to be clear that a 5-year-old has to read and understand. Do not pack a lot of ambiguous words. And when I mean ambiguous word, big grammar, unnecessary, my dear. It's not necessary, my love. It's not necessary at all. Put simple titles. Introduction, clear. And this thing I sort of learned it when I was in school. I studied philosophy at the University of Lagos, and so our exams are usually written. Like you have to write. Like if they ask you what is now, you have to write introduction. You have to write first of all. You need to write introduction. You write body. You write conclusion. You write reference. You write. See, so that's how I started learning how to sort of write a bit in school. Because our exam, how you can get the lecturer attention is when you answer one question and then you fill it with four pages. Your four pages are full. You've written that instead you know that you gonna dey write. I don't write. Even if what you write is rubbish, but you have to write. And so understand here and now that title, introduction, body with subheads. Oh, and when I mean subheads, you know how I'm saying 5 ways to save money. When I start listing the 5 ways, My first point should be a subhead. You can't write it in a body text the same way you're writing every other thing. Highlight it. Highlight every of your points that makes the blog post a full, that makes it wholesome. The fourth one is conclusion. Conclusion. What is your conclusion? Conclusion is basically how you summarize everything. That's see oh, if you don't read what I've said from beginning to end, if you don't read, if you don't know, if you've not understood or get anything from the 5 ways to save money, this is the conclusion. Finally, la 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 la. Sometimes you don't even have to put finally, but come to a conclusion that people know that okay, this is the summary of everything that you said, and this is the nugget that you want me to get out of this. And then the fifth one is call to action. Call to action. Talking about this countless times. Call to action. What is your call to action? Is your call to action that sign up to my newsletter for you to get more updates about financial tips? Or is your call to action call this number for a personal one-on-one consultation if you want to know how to save better or know how to manage your finances in 2025? Is your call to action follow me for more, and then you attach the links to your social media? What is your call to action? What do you want people, what action do you want people to perform after after the post? That is what a CTA is, right? Excuse me. So we're going to deal with everything that I've said. So from title to body to conclusion to CTA, I'm going to break everything down in this class. So, crafting a strong title. A good blog post is clear, is descriptive, is keyword rich, and is eye catching. So the example that the example we keep using is finance. I'm into finance. I have a software as a product that helps Nigerians, or let's say young people, be more financial literate, to for them to be more financially literate, for them to save better, especially due to the economy, right? And then I start a blog post and I'm saying 5 ways to save money. 5 ways to save money is very clear. It's very descriptive. You know what you're going to get from this already, which is 5 ways to save money. It means if you read this blog post, you're getting you're getting to know 5 ways like to save money more. So it's descriptive, it's keyword rich. So when I mean keyword rich, it means that I know the things that I want people to search for me. Like I know the things to put that people will search and people will find me. I know what I want to be associated with. Like I said, you cannot be doing finance and then you're talking about you're writing a blog post on one thing that Tunde had not posted, or the news about Sufesi and his ex-wife. Is that what you want to be known for? Is that your goal? Think about your life. Is that what you want for yourself? No. You have no business. No business. You have no business with that at all. And so it is super important that your blog post has to be keyword rich. Like when people search for it, people always search for 5 ways to save money. Or even if they don't even say 5 ways, they will search for ways to save money. And I'm a fintech person. I'm a finance person. My company is solving a problem, bridging a gap in the finance industry. Or in finance, we want to create value in the financial aspect of a young person. And so it's keyword, like people will search for that. And there's also a way for you to search for keywords that people are using in your industry. You can also search for that online. Like you can search for keywords that people are using in my industry. So keywords that people that are looking for similar, like keyword that people search, that how do I explain this? It's like, how do I put it? It's like keywords that people search that is similar in your industry. So, for example, if I'm into children's clothing and I'm a parent, I'm looking for ways to search to buy things online, things for my kids online. And then you create a blog post that sort of addresses that problem. It is keyword rich because you understand that there's someone who's going to search for it and then they're going to find you. So you need to be able to understand what your target audience are looking for, and then you can even look for it online. You can search for keywords that are related in your industry that people are using to search for your competitors, and what they are seeing is your competitors. You need to be able to do a competitor analysis, look, research, and that's why if you're here, if you're in this arena, if you're anywhere looking at me or looking or hearing my voice or in this class at all, you and research, you have to be best friends. Like you and research, you have to research. You have to research to understand who your target audience is. You need to research to understand the people who are already in your industry, who are providing similar value like you, who are already in the forefront. Do competitor analysis. Oh, what are they doing that is working for them? Look at what they are not doing and look at how you you can position yourself as someone who is bridging that gap. I hope that makes sense. And then it needs to be eye catchy. If my blog post title is molded up, like it's just clunky, just everywhere, it's not eye catchy for me. In fact, I'm even distracted, with a title that is just everywhere, all over the place. So you need to ensure that. And a way to do eye catchy titles is just let it be clear. No too much cho. Just let's know what we're here for. Let's just know what we are here for. As simple as that, guys. As simple as that. An example can be, or tips you can use, is use numbers. Like people are always searching for numbers. People are like 7 ways to do this, 5 ways to do this, 2 ways or top ways to do this. Use numbers, 7 tips for the solution that you're offering. Ask questions. Are you doing this wrong? There's a thing that you do online here. There are just so many interesting hooks. People are like, if you're doing this all your life, you are wrong. Or you hear something like, when do you know that this is a lie? Or like interesting things that it will catch people's attention. And then add power words. Add things like proven ways to lose your body intended, because people want to see what works. Easy. People want ease. People are lazy. Even you and I. No, I'm not lazy, but even you are lazy. I'm sorry. Let's go to a quick break and we'll be back. Right, we're back like we never left. Hi. Right. So, let's just go straight into it. I was talking about how to build a strong title for your blog post. We spoke about how a blog post has to be clear, how it has to be descriptive, it has to be keyword rich, it has to be eye catching, right? And some of the tips I'm sharing is number one, use numbers. So, for example, you're saying things like 5 ways to make money, 5 ways to save money. And if I see blog post on 5 ways to make more money, I'm definitely gonna read it because we all need some money, right? So using numbers is one of the easiest ways because people are looking for shortcuts. Simply put, people are looking for shortcuts. People are looking for ways, simple ways, easy ways. So when you say things like 7 ways or 5 ways, people are like, oh, first of all, what comes to my head is it's not plenty. I'm not reading a long blog post. So I'm just expecting like 5 tips. I'm okay with that. I'll work with that. Right. So using numbers already creates a mental picture of what people are going to expect. And the shorter the better. Right. So if you're saying 12 ways to save money and you say 5 easy ways or 5 proven ways, even me, please send me the link. I'll read it. So use numbers, very key. Also add questions like, are you doing this wrong? One thing that I realized is there's something that we content marketers are now using as hooks. So every video, everything online now has a hook to catch attention, first of all. So the thing we are doing now that even if you're doing a long form content, the first 3 seconds there will be a hook. So maybe something that's supposed to be at the end of the content will be in the front. So it catches your attention first and then we now bring you back from the beginning. I don't know if you guys have seen content like that, but it's working. So that's what it means to have a hook. And a simple hook here is when you ask people questions like, are you doing this wrong? Or you say things like, if you're doing this, if you've been doing this, you're doing this wrong. Or you say things like, how old were you before you realized that you should not be sleeping this way. This is a bad sleeping posture. Questions that will make people think that I mean, that just make people think that I think I need to read this to have more knowledge. Like we said, blog post is here to share knowledge. We're not gatekeeping anything. We are sharing everything that we know to people, right? And then the third one is to add power words. Add power words like ultimate, easy, proven. That way, people know that what you're saying is coming from a place of you've done it before. Like I said, people respect. Like when you have results, you don't have to shout. That's just the truth, honestly. When there are results, no need to shout. So when you use hooks like proven ways, easy ways, ultimates, or there are other words that you can use to sort of, they are called power words that sort of put you in a place where like no shaking. You're not just here to read 5 ways to make money. You're here to read 5 proven or easy ways to make money. There's a difference. It means that there are hard ways to make money, but you've gone ahead to select the easy ones and then you're giving it to me. And you think I won't read it? Of course I will. Do you guys understand? And this is the difference between someone who understands what power words are when it comes to writing and someone who does not. Because in copywriting, you need to understand that every English that you put, there is a every word that you pick has to be super intentional. It cannot be random. It cannot be random. So if you're saying 5 ways to make money, it's different from 5 ultimate ways to make money in 2025. It means that if naira or if dollar become 5K tomorrow, this thing that I'm sharing for you, they are ultimate. Nothing can change it. Because I mean, what's the meaning of ultimate? Ultimate is absolute. As like it's like this is it. It's either I do or die thing. There's nothing on earth that's going to change it. So always understand power words. You can even research what power words are, right? So examples are how to plan your week like a CEO. That is that is a power strong title, guys. Because I'm not saying 5 ways to stay productive. Now, I'm saying I'm not saying 5 ways to stay productive. I'm not saying 5 easy ways to stay organized as an entrepreneur. No, I'm not saying that, because those are also strong titles. But this is stronger. How to plan your week like a CEO, because you need to understand that people who are looking for productive tips are people who want to stay optimal. For you to stay optimal, you recognize that you have potentials. For you to have potential, it means you have responsibilities and you want to be optimal at those responsibilities. And people who fall under these categories are either CEOs, people who are entrepreneurs, people who have, they have a system, they have structure, they have, there's a standard they need to live up to, right? When you now understand that, you are moving from 5 ways to wake up, 5 ways to stay productive, to how to plan your week like a CEO. How CEO, because you already know your target audience, that people who are reading this thing, they're either this or in between. How about we zoom the lens more, and then we are talking to them directly. Like, we're zooming into their life, and then we're like, we're zooming in, and then we're like, you know what? How to plan your life like a CEO. Even people who are not CEOs, they read it. Do you know? Because everybody, everybody has a mental picture of what they want. Everybody, we all desire things. Like, we all desire things. But the difference is, how bad do you want it? How bad are you willing to sacrifice for you to get what you want? And that's why I said, no matter the how-to content that you see online, that you and I see every day, that people are publishing every day, that you still go and publish after this class, people will read your content. They will engage, they will follow you, they will join your class, they will pay the money, they will buy your product. But guess what? They will still not take action. And then they come back thinking that people who sold them is scam. You didn't sell them a scam. I gave you a guide. I gave you what works. But you didn't implement it in your life, and so it's not going to work for you. So that's why there is how do I call it? Like, these things happen every single day, every hour. You can Google how many blog posts are published in a day, and you'll be wild. Like, I've seen the data of how many content people publish in a day, and it's wild. And then you just imagine, where does my content fall? Like, how does my content fall in all of these things that people are publishing? And that's why you need to be thinking ahead, because this game we are playing, we are here to play, and we are here to do this for real. All right. Another example of a strong title can be 10 budget travel hacks for students. Do you know how much this thing makes sense? Because people who are students don't have money. There are people who have money. There are students who come from a rich background, or who have, but check the data. Data do not lie. Like, facts do not lie. Facts are not feelings. Facts are not opinion. Facts is data, statistics, right? And so you recognize that if you're talking to a student, you know that affordable budget works with students, because they don't have money. Most of them are living below minimum wage. And so, how do you want to be selling premium things? Okay, 10 premium or 10 luxury places to go to as a student. How does luxury and students go together? It doesn't even tally. Because students are not looking for luxury, students are looking for ways to survive. Like, are you guys with me? Like, if you're not talking to people that, okay, they have money, hey, now you can answer, say, oh, 10 luxury destiny islands to go to as a couple, because as you're a couple, you want to get married, you're thinking of, okay, where can we travel to for our honeymoon? You're looking for destinations to go to, okay, luxury. That is when 10 luxury destinations for couples can go, because you understand that for couples will spend more money than students, they don't have money. Now they say that I was broke. It's not like I'm still rich, but we thank God. Do you understand? And that's why, if you want to know where they sell perfume oil business is most started from students, because students want to do things in an affordable way. You can't see you can't go to a perfume, you can't go to a school and selling perfume of 150K. You will sell, but what's the number? Like, how many people will buy from you? You might literally just have 5 customers in a month. Compare that to someone who is selling perfume oil for 2.5, and it's still strong and long lasting as a designer, a designer perfume, and it's still strong and long lasting, and have customers 50, 100 in a day. That person has the person has numbers, the person has sales, the person has ROI, the person has so much more than someone who is selling a luxury perfume for 150K, and you're positioning yourself in a school. If you want to sell perfume for 150K, you go to the island, go to Lekki, go to GRA, go to Ikoyi. That is where your people are. Speak their language. You can't be selling premium and be speaking to students. It doesn't work. There are two different things. I hope that makes sense. Yeah? So let's go. Let's go. Right. So, how to write a strong hook introduction. How do you write a strong hook introduction? The first thing is, the goal is to capture attention. Like I said, on social media right now, attention is currency. In fact, let me bust your head. I don't know if you guys check your Instagram analytics or your TikTok analysis, but social media track the amount of seconds people spend on your content. Even YouTube does it. In fact, YouTube right now pays more based on watch time. There's something called watch time on YouTube. What is the watch time? How long are people watching your content? What is the shortest time that someone has spent in your content? You see it there when you go to analytics. Even Instagram, you see it. Content that does well are content that people are watching for 5 days. People are still looking after you've posted it 6 days ago. People are still looking at it. People are still engaging with it. That is content that does well. Check the analytics. Content that is doing 1 million views, 1 million reach, 3 billion. These are content that people are watching like days, weeks, because watch time transforms to currency. That's how social media works. That's how they're making their money. And that's why you even go back to social media, because if you're engaged on a particular content that is teaching you about content marketing and you spend so much time on it, you begin to see that your feed, Instagram starts to bring up things about content marketing to you. Instagram start bringing pages that are talking about content, talking about anything content, talking about anything social media, talking about anything digital marketing, talking about anything writing. Do you guys notice that? It is the algorithm is how it works. That is how the platform make that's how they make more money. Imagine you are looking for fashion and all Instagram brings to you is um a feed that sells agriculture, how to lay eggs, sell talking about poultry. In fact, you'll be lost there. You'll be like, did they hack my account? That's what you're going to think, right? That's what you're going to think. So attention is currency. Attention is new money, not old money. New money. So how do you write a hook introduction in your blog posts or even in your content that needs to make people to need to grab people? The first thing is a relatable question or story. Guys, storytelling is very easy. It's very easy. We all tell stories, all of us here. The lie that I told your mommy is a story. She bought it. Look at you. Look at you selling stories because your mom bought the lie. Your boyfriend is buying the lie, right? We are all storytellers, but you will never know except you start telling your story. You won't know how interesting your story is until you start. This is something I learned from Salem King. He always says it like you will never know how interesting you are unless you start sharing stories. And you can write an interesting hook, but first, a relatable question or story. Like when I start content creation series, when I sit down, I'm like, let me teach people how to create content. I will just sit down one day and I write a script about, and I want to tell a story. I'm like, I can start with, are you a content creator struggling with batch creating content? Are you an aspiring content creator that struggles with creating content consistently? That's see, posting consistently is a problem. It's a problem in the creative space, not just content creation. It's a problem in the creative space because we creatives, we have high days and low days. Like we have, we get peak days, we get days where just day. Do you understand? So consistency is a problem. People are looking for ways to be consistent. And imagine I start a video series where I'm like, my first 2 seconds, I'm like, if you're a content creator struggling with posting consistency, I have something for you. Or here are 5 easy proven ways that I've tested as a content creator who has worked in beauty, health, fashion. And I start putting all the pages, I make use of visual, I start putting all the pages, all everything that I've done, the insights. Eh? You will stop scrolling, guy. Even me, when I see content like that, I stop scrolling. I look at it because I forget my pride. There's no pride here. Oh. You when you see people who are making results, even though their values do not align with you, your ego will come down. You must learn what works because result is not a it's not a it's not a it's not a it's not what's the word? It's not a knower of it doesn't care if somebody is older than you or the person has doesn't care, maybe you're older than me, maybe I'm richer than you. If you're producing results, I want to be there. Please, I want to learn what you have to say. Please, by all means, share. I will be there. I will be there. Anywhere, money there. Honestly, I'm sorry, that song just came up. so, so what I was saying is include a relatable question or story. See, guys, I've told you. I said the people like Amebo. Social media is Amebo. If it's not Amebo, why are you looking at another person's story? Why are you looking at another person's page? Why are you zooming in and saying that this person gets money and show or this person is not even wear the clothes is not even fine? You like Amebo too. So why don't you start telling stories that make people want to know exactly what like why don't you just start telling stories that people will be intrigued, people want to know more about because people like Amebo. That's what social media is, Amebo. So you can literally start telling your story, like tell stories, and everybody's story is different. You're going to select the story that you want to say. Like I said, you can tell stories from your expertise. So if you have expertise in anywhere, any field, you want to share it, go ahead, tell stories. You can tell stories through your experience. Like you can tell a story through your experience. I'm like, okay. I mean, I say this all the time. There of a Nigerian girl, she started with sharing her stories about rape, how she grew up, type of family she grew up in, her work experience, personal stories. And look at her. She has built she has literally built a business on top of people. Like you can't call skincare brands owned by Nigerians and not call that Diary of a Nigerian Girl. She even named a business after her community, guys. If she can do it, you think you have two heads. If she can do it, and then even in her time, there was no content creation was not even a big deal when she started. I hope you guys know. And it took a while for Effect to even come out as well, just like how it took a while. She started from Twitter. She started writing. She started sharing her stories. After millions of times when she was dragged, she still told her story because she knew that there are people who have similar experiences like her. And even if you watch her content today, you know that she's so passionate about women. She shares things about women. Oh, shares women's story. Women. Some people will be like, if I need your advice, I need your why. Like, why would you send someone a DM to give you advice if you don't trust the person? If you don't feel safe with the person, why would you do that? So you can share your stories from your experience, from your expertise. In fact, your story doesn't even have to be anything deep. Your story does not have to be anything deep. I see, guys. TikTok fascinates me. Oh. I've not even checked TikTok today, but have I? I think I checked it in the morning. Yes, I checked it in the morning. But TikTok fascinates me. Excuse me. You see this advisor people tell you that, oh, you need to have equipment before you do well as a content creator, as a content writer, or anything generally. Do you know that? I don't know. For example, the fish pie guy, did he use iPhone 18 to film his content? Do you also know that fish pie has a story? The fish pie guy, what is his story? He didn't sit down telling about his mother or how he grew up in poverty or how he grew up in Ajegunle. Is that what you saw? What you saw is fish pie. Somebody going along their day, filming their day, showing you that like amebo, that don't have work. You have work, but you're still on social media doing amebo, showing you, telling you fish pie, walking on the streets joyfully, sharing his fish pie. His story is, I'm a fish pie seller. That was I mean, why do you call him fish pie? What I'm here to say is your story does not have to be deep. It does not have to be something that they used and do it since we were small that are here to stay. Guys, there are people on social media that they have followers just because they have big bum bum. That is their story. Oh. There are people that are making so much money on YouTube because they are showing people how to boil egg. Do you know that? Go and check YouTube how to boil egg. You see if you not see videos. You don't know that people are looking for how to boil egg. Ha! And you think your story is so small. Like, guys, you have no excuse. You have no excuse. No, like you can't say you don't have a story. We are human beings. We all have a story to tell. Every single person has a story to tell. But we every some people we are overthinking it. We are thinking, you are overthinking. You think I'm, you think I'm, you think I'm. It's not deep like that. It's not like I always say. Some people for content marketing, copywriting, it will come easy for them. Oh, they're able to identify this is what I want to do. For some other people, clarity will come to you on your road. You will refine as you go. You will refine as you go. Oh, you talk once or you finish, you're like, maybe you're talking about something and then you're like, okay, I want to try something else. Or let me say I'm talking about content marketing. If I decide that I want to start selling meat, oh, I pivot. I go to another industry. I start selling food. I will share you my story too. You people don't need to see a day in the life of a kiniko. Are you seeing the views? A life of a this thing, a life of a this thing. This is what I'm doing. Some people they will just put their camera there and just be showing you what they are doing. In fact, I was going to say there's someone on TikTok that I know. This guy has mad following. I don't know if you guys have seen the guy wakes up to plenty jobs every day. He films with an Android phone. His video used to come to my feed sometimes. His video used to come to my feed a while ago, but I don't used to see it again. The guy, he used to make me crazy. Like I just laugh. He wakes up to do different jobs. Today he can be a carpenter. Tomorrow he can be selling bread. Tomorrow he literally films himself as he wakes up. He sometimes he'll be with his babe. They wake up on the same bed. They pray. I don't know if you guys see that, but that in itself, that is storytelling. Oh, and you are here. You that are here, you have what to say. You are sensible. You don't want to say what you don't want to tell your story. Okay. Second one is we're talking about how to write a hook in introduction. The second one is a quick review of what post will cover. A quick review of what the post will cover. Like I said, if you're saying that, this is what I want my blog post to achieve, you need to do a quick review of what the post will cover. I'm telling you five ways to save money. In my head, I'm like, okay, I already know what I'm going to share. Or even if I don't know what to share, even if I might not have knowledge to share, I know what to look for to put in that blog post, to put in that content that it will come out nice. right? The third one is use simple and friendly language. I've said this before. If you're using big English, it's not it might not work like that. It might not work like that. Use simple English. Except if using big English is what you want to be known for. Except, you can build a brand for that as well. Depending on, so I think there's someone I follow. There's a comedian that uses big English. I can't remember his name. I think he's Igbo. I see him on TikTok as well. But him is into, I think he's into acting full time. So that's the kind of things that they like. So if he usually has this thing where he uses all this Bridgerton voice to like say something. So it's really interesting. So depending on what your goal is, but first is simple. Is great to just always use simple and friendly language. It works every time like magic. So template example. If ever you if ever feel like your to-do list never ends, you're not alone. That is already a hook that you've kept the person in the story. The person feels welcomed because I hear, do you ever feel like your to-do list never ends? You're not alone. It means you are there too. And we've connected, right? In this post, I will share with you ways to take control of your time and get more done. If you see that, won't you read? You will. Right. So here's how to organize the body using subheadings. I mentioned earlier that we're still using the same example of blog post. Sorry, of 5 ways to save more money. To save money. If I'm sharing 5 ways to save more money, my body would of course highlight the different ways that I'm sharing with you, right? So you need to know how to use subheadings because the tagline of each 5 things that I'm sharing has to be highlighted, right? It helps the reader. Now, the body is the meat of the post, but to make it easy to read, break your content into sections. You know what? I think at the end of this class, you should probably go and read blog posts. Check out blog posts. In fact, you could just Google blog posts in different industry that you like to read and just check their format. It will make you open your eyes and see what I'm talking about. So break your content into sections. It is so easy for your reader to understand what you're saying when your content is not all clogged up, when it's not all over the place. It's easy. Even you, if you want to read it, right? So second of all is use heading 2. So if you're using Google Doc to write, you definitely see heading 2. Heading, instead of using heading 1, which heading 1 is for like the introduction, use heading 2 because heading 2 is for subheadings, right? And heading 3 is for subsections. Sorry, heading 2 is for main sections. Heading 3 is for subsections. Add bullet points, numbered lists, and images. You can either use bullet points or numbered lists. So bullet points is the thing that just pump, 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 pump. Or you can use numbers. You can use one, two, three, or you can use images. But stick to 2 to 3 paragraphs per session. What that means is if I'm saying I'm sharing 5 ways to save money, and I'm saying number one is savings, right? Under savings is of course a subsection, right? Under savings, I'm spending at least 2 to 4 paragraphs in that section. That's if it's so long, because you writing 4 paragraphs means it's long. So if you're writing if you're making it plenty, it should not be cropped up. It should not be. You should just be writing. Put space. Let's see my eyes. Let the reader eyes. And let them sit and then they're not confused. It's easy for them, right? Great. So adding examples, quotes, and visuals to make your blog more engaging. It helps all the time, all the time, especially visuals. Because visuals is one of the best way to get people's attention. And that's why video content is doing so much. Because it's visual, it's catchy, right? Add examples, make your points clear. I think one thing that I've been consistent with since we started teaching is how I use examples, because my own method of understanding is through examples. I like practicality. I like that what I'm hearing, I'm able to relate to it. I'm able to think of something else. I'm able to relate to it. And one way to do that is through examples. So add examples to your blog post. Let it be easy for people to picture what you're saying. Add quotes. Adding quotes is another way for you to build trust. People know that what you're saying not just from your head, but you are in sync with other thought leaders, or words that people have said that you're like, okay, this actually makes sense. So people are able to even trust that, and there's a way to do this. You can I mean, another way, a flip side to look at it is called guest blog writing, but we'll talk about that as we proceed. But just for this example, add quotes. So if you're talking about money, you know, add a quote with financial top financial leaders that you can use to create more credibility for yourself. What that means is we are building credibility for yourself. All right. So add quotes to build trust. Now, wrap up with a conclusion. The conclusion summarizes the blog and leaves the reader with the next step. So, like I said, see conclusions as just a wrap up of everything that your blog post compromises of. So, when I mean everything, I don't mean writing, oh, because you've written savings, you've written different subsections, then you come and say everything word for word again. No, it's just a summary. Like, it's like you saying that if after this class, if you don't get anything, all right, if you don't get anything, you must tell your story, because that's the core message of all of this thing we're talking about. If you don't have a story, you cannot write a blog post, because what are you writing about, right? So include a short recap, very short. It can be engagement, it can be, sorry, encouragement, it can be reflection, but add a short recap. Encourage people, make them reflect. Use a call to action, guys. A call to action is basically the next steps that you want your reader to take. That's what it is in simple terms. That's what it is. So, an example of CTA would be like ready to, sorry, an example would be ready to, this slide thing is not, hold on for a bit. Yes, exactly. An example can be, did I change it? Hold on. Okay, yeah. An example can be ready to try blocking, time blocking. Download this free planner and test it out for a week. So remember we spoke about guides. You know, you can put templates, you can put guides that people can download. See, that way, like I said, how to post, guides, case studies. These are ways to position yourself as a top leader in your industry. That you're not here to play. I'm here to help you. In that phase, you're not demanding for money. You're telling them that this is the value you will get. When eventually I ask you to drop your money, you will drop your money. All right. So an example of a call to action would be ready to try time blocking. Download this free planner, test it out for a week. When you go to the back end, you see how many people have downloaded that planner. Then you know that this thing I put in my stew is working. That's how you know that the thing in your stew is working. Okay, sorry, I think I'm Okay, let me go back. Right. So blog post templates. Like we said, your blog post template has to be catchy and a clear headline. Introduction is the hook. What this post to cover. Your introduction is to make people look forward to what they're going to get from your blog post, right? Section one. So you can screenshot this. You can screenshot this and use this in whenever your next blog post, or actually screenshot it for your assignment. Yes, screenshot it for your assignment. So section one, headline two, subheading, explain the idea, use examples. Section two, explain another idea, add a list, quote or image, have your conclusion, recap, call to action, ask a question, or ask people, or suggest a next step for people. You know, tell them to click, tell them to download this, tell them to send you an email. No, don't say send an email, because people will not send you an email. People will rather impute their email, so you send them something, right? So you can screenshot this template, and so you can use it for your next blog post, which is going to be after this class. Actually, we're not going to wait till you have one mad account or one mad business you're working with before you start writing. Start writing now, please. So SEO optimization for blog post. What is SEO and why does it matter in blog post? Remember, I asked you, what is SEO? SEO is basically search engine optimization. That's what it is. No plenty English. That's what it is, right? It means making your blog post easy for Google and other readers to find. This is why SEO matters. SEO matters because you want traffic on your website or on your blog. This is why I just always keep putting blog posts and website together. You can actually have a blog post without not having a website. But because most of the blog posts I've worked on in the past, there's always a website, so that it's easy for you to drag the traffic to your website and for them to take action. But I like to say that you can have a blog post. I mean, you can have a Medium account. I think there's another one. You can have blog post accounts, without having a website. So why SEO matters? SEO matters because you want to build more traffic to your blog. So that way you need to be able to let your We are back. We are back. Guys, we are back. Devil doesn't want you to write blog posts. The devil doesn't want you to write blog posts, but you say no. You will write your blog post. You will become that copywriter. You become that content marketer, guys. That's the person you're going to be. Please let me just upload the slides again. My internet just went out for a minute. Right. So my slides are back. Okay. Thank you. Where was I? I think this is where I was. Yeah, we were here. Right. So we're talking about SEO for blogs, and then the devil took my internet. But no, you must let me not prophesy to your life. Let me just continue. So yeah, we're talking about why SEO matters. SEO matters because you want more traffic to your blog. See, there is no again this social media thing. At the end of the day, social media that we are doing all of these things for. Social media, website, TV, everything is attention. Once you have attention, you are going to have money. The reason why influencers and social media, the reason why influencers and celebrities, like why they are always in every event, or why they are always in every opening, every premiere, is because they want eyes on them. They want to trend. That's how people trend. When eyes are on you, when you do things that will make people to look at you, those eyes are looking at you. That is how you trend, guys. So you always need to know that in this work that we're doing is a fight, is a daily battle. That what can I do to make my content seen? What am I doing to make my blog post seen? That is why you need SEO optimization. That is why you need to understand what SEO optimization is, because it is the way to make your content, your blog post seen by people and Google itself, right? Let me make my glasses back. I already made enough emphasis, right? So number two is you want better visibility, visibility on Google. Now, you can only get visibility on Google when Google understands what your blog post is. If they have issues understanding or they can't, understand it, they are not going to rank your blog post, or they're not going to be able to what's the word recommend your blog post to other people or suggest it to other people. So that's why having a clear and simple headline is super important, because it works like magic, guys. Very easy, very easy, very easy like that. The third one is free ongoing promotion on your content. Like I mentioned, think of SEO as helping Google help your blog get seen. Google, do you know how many search people make every minute in a day? Like every minute, do you know how the thousands and billions of searches that people make per minute? You should Google it and see. People are always searching for things. People are searching from how they will move from point A to point B. People are looking for solutions that are relevant to their life. People are looking for value. And so Google is the best way, is the best platform if you want to get yourself seen. Your blog post, your content. In fact, do you know what I do? If you tell me your name is Taiwo and we're meant to do something together, like something serious, like maybe business or start something, I Google people. I'm not even joking. I Google everybody. If I don't know you before, I Google you. And then I will see you. So if I can Google people's names, imagine what people are Googling about, right? Even you use Google. We all use Google every time. So you always need to think of SEO as helping Google. Think of SEO as helping Google help your blog get seen. Keywords, the words and faces and phrases people search on Google. Examples are how to save money as a student. Now, this will relate if you're a student, right? Best work out at home. The goal at the end of the day is to use those words, is to use those same words naturally in your blog post, so Google knows that, because so people Google knows what it's about. It's the same thing as if you're into fitness, or you're into money, or into beauty, and then you're giving your blog post is about what Tunde not has posted, or the gist that is going on online about papaya, or one influencer, or about Lagos traffic. It doesn't make any sense. You need to ensure that every of your blog posts, every material that you publish online, it is accumulated. It's not. It's sometimes. I mean, it's one blog post that will do that will make it go viral, but it is also accumulated. Look at HubSpot for example. HubSpot is one of the is one of the, is a free resource where you want to, if you want to learn the basics of marketing. I'm talking content marketing, social media marketing, inbound marketing, digital marketing. HubSpot is very free. Now, HubSpot, if you check when you check their blog posts, all through the years, marketing this, marketing. But guess what? It's not all their blog posts that goes viral. It's not all their blog posts that, but it is the accumulated efforts that Google is able to see that, you know what, these people, this is what they've been showing up about. So this is who they are. That is why if I Google anything marketing, Google anything free resource online about marketing, they will always pop up, right? I hope that is clear. How to find the right keywords. How to find the right keywords, beginner friendly. Use tools like Google search. Google search is your best friend on how to find keywords. Use answer the public. Like these are tools that you should use to search for keywords, the right keywords that people are looking for in your industry. So you're looking for keywords that people in beauty are looking for. If you're into beauty products, you're looking for keywords that people are using to look for fitness or solve their health issues. That's why you're using Google. You're using Google search, you're using answer the public, you're using Uber suggest. It's a free version. Now, pick keywords that are relevant to your topic. Like I said, you cannot be going anyhow. There's no anyhowness here. Everything you do here has to be strategic, full time strategic, right? Pick keywords that are relevant to your topic. Let them be very specific, not broad. You see how we are saying, we're imagining that you are into you have a fintech, or you have a software as a product that is solving a financial problem. Let your blog post be specific. Like, let it be that you are known for one thing. Like I said, a blog post is not content creation. But let your blog post, if you are teaching us how to make money, don't digress to how your mom died. Except if they died because of lack of money. Am I making sense? So let your blog post be very, very specific. That's why you need an introduction. Your introduction is telling people this is what you're going to get here, blah, 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 period. The third thing is something your audience would actually search. I always say this all the time. Your blog post has to be something that is relevant to your target audience. If not, nobody's going to search for you. Nobody's going to search for what your blog post is trying to solve, or the value that your blog post seeks to achieve. So I see Oreoluwa, 5 ways to style your Christian themed tees. That's a bit complex, because t-shirts are t-shirts. People will not necessarily look for Christian themed t-shirts. So how about you focus on 5 ways to style t-shirts? Remove the Christian, remove the this thing first, because t-shirt is not. I don't think it's not religion based. So you want to make sure that it's easy for any person to read, and then maybe when you now put a CTA, they go to your page, they see that it's Christian based, but I mean, anybody can buy your t-shirts. So you should not just tie your, if you're saying you want Christian team, it means that you're looking for only Christians to buy your market, which is, I mean, compared to every other person buying your t-shirts. I mean, think about it. Yeah. So pick keywords that are relevant to your topic, specific, not too broad, and something your audience will actually search for. Guys, something your audience will search for. Knowing your audience is the heart of what you do. Don't joke with it with anything. An example would be, instead of fitness, use beginner instead of fitness. So instead of saying, "Oh, I'm a fitness coach, I can help you," how about you try beginner home workouts without equipment? See, again, this can only work because I understand my audience as a fitness coach. There are people in different levels. There are people who can pay for gym immediately. There are people who have to save to go for the gym. There are people that even if they save from now to next year, they cannot afford the gym. So does that mean that because they can't afford the gym, they don't their body goals are not valid? No, it's still valid. And so I have a blog post that is saying beginner home friendly workouts without equipment. And you also need to know that people who are doing fitness, a lot of us are scared. We all have goals, but we just want to go to the gym. But you've not started even doing the small workouts in your house that will build you consistency muscle. That when you start going to the gym, you will not waste your money. Like, do you understand? So this line of thinking can only work when I'm thinking like my audience. I understand what their problem is, and I'm giving them a solution. Like, they are at the forefront, they're the heart of what I do. I'm not just telling I'm a fitness coach. I can give your body from yeah, 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 yeah. I'm a fitness coach. I've used them. I've done workouts for Don Jazzy. I'm not telling you. It's not about me. It's about you. So I want to wrap up with this: that your target audience is the heart of what you do. If you don't have them in front of you, in your heart like this, you might just keep going round and round in circles, right? We've come to the end of today's class. It's 9 p.m. already. We've come to the end of today's class. Yeah, 5 proven ways to grow your natural hair. So I said something like that. I mean, looks good. I will see it because I'm currently struggling with my hair growing. I would watch it. I will eat it. Like, I will chop them, especially if it works. So we've come to the end of today's class. I hope that today's class was very insightful for you. I hope that you got value. And most of all, it's not about listening, it's not about what you hear, it's about what you do with this. So do something with this. Start writing your blog posts this night. Start now that you have ginger. Because if you sleep, if you go and eat eba, that's all. If you eat your eba this night, my dear, you've forgotten about it. See, take a step and do the work. Start today and put yourself out there. Share what you're learning. Share, this is what I learned about writing blog posts. I'm putting myself up. I'm writing a blog post about this topic for the next 3 days. Watch out. Every time you write your blog post, share it online. Tag the people you want to work with. If you're writing about finance, sharing financial tips, tag the people in your industry. Tag them Piggyverse, Flutterwave, tag banks, tag people that you see yourself, being like them. My closing note is your life life is going to meet you at the level of your audacity. Do not ever forget that. Do not do not ever forget that. Right. So thank you so much, guys. See you on Wednesday. Have a good week. Have a great week. Do not forget, take steps, take bets on yourself every time, and you'll be glad that you did. Good night. I love you. We love you. DSA loves you. So I'll see you next time. Bye.